All right. Hey, everyone. Let's try this again. It's Mike from Destinations to Travel coming to you live today from Universal's Islands of Adventure. And I have Shannon with me. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Mike. Looks like a beautiful day at Islands of Adventure.
It is a beautiful day, and now hopefully our stream will hold up and we'll be able to share it with everybody. So, if you missed the first attempt at this, what we were planning to do today was the Scarecrow Stalk around Universal's Islands of Adventure. And this is basically a scavenger hunt / trick or treat event, I guess. And basically what you do is you pay $10, you get the map for the Scarecrow Stalk, which is right here. And that shows you that there are, I think it's 14 locations. Yes, 14 locations around Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Universal City Walk. And what you do is you go, you see these special scarecrows in each location, and then you take your map and you get it stamped, and you collect some candy from each location as well. And when you buy the map, you actually also get a special Scarecrow Stalk candy bar as well. I think it's just a normal milk chocolate bar, but still, that's exciting.
That's neat. I like that idea. That's very cool.
Yeah. What they've done in the past is you've gone and gotten all your stamps, and then once you do, you go and you collect like a single little bag of candy. This way you get, your nice trick-or-treat bag, and you collect some more candy that way.
There you go.
And then the first location was right here in Trading Company, which we just went in there a few minutes ago and completely lost service and had to restart the video. So we're going to change our plans a little bit. I think what we'll do is we'll walk around and I'll show you where all the locations are, but we won't actually go in to get the stamps because I don't want the video to cut out again.
Right.
Maybe we can peek inside to see where the scarecrows are, because I think some of them are like right at the entrance.
Are they?
So, yeah, should be able to see some of those at least. But yeah, otherwise we're just going to take a walk around Universal's Islands of Adventure.
Well, it's been a while since I've been there, so this is really nice to see what's going on.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been a little while since I've been here too. When Halloween Horror Night starts, I end up, and you can just check it like their track record of our videos lately. We've been to Universal Studios Florida a lot, but not over here at Islands of Adventure. So I wanted to get back over here. Let's take a look across the lagoon at the Velocicoaster.
That, I hear, is absolutely amazing. Have you been on it yet?
Yes, a whole bunch. When it first opened, I had been on it, 5 or 6 times already. It's been a little while now, but I definitely want to get on it again. It's definitely one of my favorite coasters anywhere.
Is it absolutely just insane?
It's actually not quite as intense as I expected it to be. It's very, very smooth. There's 2 very thrilling moments. You got this big drop up here, and then what we saw right over here, this what's called a Heartline roll. It's a very thrilling moment as well. Aside from that, though, it's very smooth. It's very like Jurassic World oriented. Like it's more about the story than it is the thrill of the coaster, but it's a lot of fun.
Really, it almost kind of reminded me a little bit about like Mako. They're over at SeaWorld, kind of the way they've done it. But the intensity of it just looked like it was going to be just out of this world.
Oh yeah, I definitely expected it to be one of the most intense coasters I've ever ridden. And I mean, right across the lagoon here, we have one that is like just a whole different level of intensity. That's the Incredible Hulk coaster. This I would say not nearly as intense as that one.
Wow. And maybe it's a little intimidating because you hear the velociraptors.
Yes. Yeah, there is definitely a psychological thrill to it.
Yeah, yep. I agree. But that heart roll thing that you talked about, that to me looked absolutely wow. I don't know that I could do
it. Yeah, it is definitely a wow moment when you ride it too, because it seems like it shouldn't work, but it does.
But it does. Yeah, you'd be the one be thinking, it's not going to work while I'm on it. This is how it's going to end, right?
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit. I get to see you and Jess, I hope. So we'll be down shortly. Almost too shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely going to be a busy, very busy time here
It
in about a week.
is all over the place. Now, how are crowd levels here at Universal right now? Everybody going back to school.
So right now, not bad at all. We do have some characters out here. This is fun.
Oh, very cool.
Right now, not bad at all. We did try to come to Halloween Horror Nights last night, and it was very, very busy. But that's a different story. That's, a special event. But parks during the day right now are very manageable, as you can see right here. So we're coming into Marvel Superhero Island. And one of my favorite things about these scavenger hunt type things is that they point out, like, you don't really notice the names of locations sometimes, but you'll see the first one or the second one on the list here for Islands of Adventure is store. And so the first time we saw that, we were like, that they could be a little bit more specific. I don't know what store they want me to go to, but that's because that's actually the name of this store. It's just called Store.
Okay.
And the idea here is, with it being very comic book themed, this whole land here, the locations are not specific. Just like in a comic book, you would have places in the background that are just store or shop or arcade.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so a really cool piece of theming there. And I did see that our scarecrow for the scarecrow stock is right here in the door. So let's take a peek at it. Oh, this is really cool. It's like a kid reading a comic book with a flashlight. Very cool. And then got these original comic books here, like Pumpkin Man.
Pumpkin Man.
Oh, and these are actually some really cool Halloween Horror Nights Easter eggs here. These are all houses from years past.
Hey, we have someone from South Africa in the house watching us today. Thank you so much, Jeanette.
That's awesome. Thank you for watching. That's actually one of my bucket list travel locations too. So very, very cool little Easter eggs here for this scarecrow. This is probably gonna be one of my favorites. Although I have seen the Jurassic Park one, and we'll go take a peek at that one. That is an awesome scarecrow. I can't wait to show that one off. So like I said, I'm not actually going to go around and collect my stamp and my candy, but what you would do after you see the scarecrow in the store, you would then go to the cashier and get your stamp and your candy.
Well, cool. I like that idea. Oh,
yeah, it's. Oh yeah.
That's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, that is the one location in these parks where when I walk by and I smell it, it kills me. Like, it's so hard to just walk past. That's right. Rob has a trip down here planned for pretty soon. Halloween Horror Nights trip.
Yeah. Now, I have never done Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, we still need to get you on a video so we can take a tour together.
Yes, that we do. If it's not this year, it'll definitely be next year, I promise. Because I want to see how you're going to be able to handle the fact that I'm going to be completely losing my mind while I'm there.
Yes, that would be a lot of fun. We have some characters out here meeting and greeting with guests. We got Captain America, Storm, and Rogue. There's a little bit of a line for them, but not too bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like it's a good flow of traffic. And this is really, this tail end of September, beginning part of October is really when I like to go in this time of the day. I heard there's like a nice breeze today. It's not
Yes.
overly warm.
Yeah, it's very nice out today. Like I was saying before, we had a little bit of a storm last night, and it kind of cooled things off. So it had been hot in recent days, but now it's cooled off, and it's very nice. And I hope it stays this way.
Well, I have to promise Rob, I will do Halloween Horror Nights, but it's got to be Mike and Jess. Have got to be here because I don't think I'll have the guts to go in on my own.
Well, if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, there's like a 75% chance that Jess and I will be there on the night that you are there. So pretty good odds there.
We will make it happen, and we will plan it. So, matter of fact, we'll already start planning it for next year.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep, because I will be good to go, and so we will get with you guys and get it planned out.
So the next location on the Scarecrow Stalk is Toon Extra. And I'm not sure which shop is Toon Extra, but it's one of these two. I believe that's just Secret Life of Pets now. So it's got to be this one on my left. I don't see a name for this one, though. And it kind of makes sense. Like, there is no, like, real name for some of the locations over here in Toon Lagoon.
Now, doesn't it seem awkward that there just isn't real names for these places?
Yes. Yeah, it definitely makes things a little bit tricky, especially for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can open up the map. There's another shop over there, and it might be that one too.
Oh, I saw Dagwood sandwiches. I grew up on a Dagwood sandwich.
That was, for the longest time, that was my absolute go-to in this park for lunch. I would go there every single time.
All right, so we'll have to add that to our plans.
Kind of hard to tell which shop this is in over here. I don't see one in.
I think it adds to the fun,
Yeah, it's like an actual scavenger hunt now.
It's excellent marketing, to be quite honest.
Right. Oh, I found it. Here we go. Right under Flash Gordon here. Oh, this is really cool. He's like a little animator.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Working on his next creation. Oh, and actually, it looks like he's drawing one of the scarecrows from last year, which is very cool.
Ah, cool.
So they do a good job with these little Easter eggs with the scavenger hunt. Sorry, the Scarecrow Stalk.
Well, okay.
And then again,
to me, it just seemed like summer just flew by and like, boom, here's Halloween.
Right. Yeah, well, after spending a year stuck inside, I think getting back out and doing things made things go by pretty quickly.
I honestly think that's what it was. Like, we just couldn't enjoy it because we were like, is it going away?
Right.
Just like when you get off being grounded, as a kid, and you wonder what's going to be next, that you'll end up losing half your summer over. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this year has definitely gone by very fast.
Yeah.
But I am still very much enjoying the Halloween season, and then of course we have the holiday season. Here in Orlando, it starts the next day. So right after Halloween, we are jumping right into the Christmas season.
Right. And Halloween, I don't know about you, but fall and Halloween is my favorite time of the year. And it is in Florida as well. Like, I love that October-ish. It's really not too hot, but you've taken the humidity out of the whole element, so it makes it amazing.
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely one of my favorite times of the year. More so for the Halloween aspect of it, because coming from New Jersey, moving to Florida, we pretty much sacrificed fall. Like, that's just gone for us now. But
this is true.
Yeah, we love this time of year. Absolutely.
Kelly wants to know, can you do this any time of the day or any day?
So we actually have the dates here, and it started September 3rd, goes through October 31st. And yes, you can go to any of the locations with the scarecrows and purchase the map. And you can do this at any time And it'll probably take you multiple days because there are 14 locations, unless you really prioritize this and go to both parks and out on City Walk. But yeah, it's a fun little addition to your trip.
And this is only at Islands of Adventure, or does it take in
No,
more?
it's Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, and there's a couple of locations on City Walk.
Okay.
As I struggle to open the map with one hand, hang on.
Oh, don't worry about that.
So you got
So,
studios, 7 locations at studios, 7 in Islands of Adventure, and 2 on City Walk.
it's
So
not
you can
something
kind of
that you
take this around the entire resort.
and it's not something you have to finish in one day, right?
Right. No, and I, for example, I definitely won't finish it today.
Right.
By the way, good idea of, how slow the parks are right now. 10-minute wait for Skull Island Reign of Kong.
Wow. Now's
So
the time
again,
to travel.
great time to visit right now.
You are so welcome, Kelly. I hope that you're able to go down and do this was it scarecrow or no, it was
The Scarecrow Stalk, yes.
scarecrow stalk. I kind of get, so you're stalking scarecrows. Get it. Took me a minute. Come on. All right, we're good now. It's
we got it. We got there.
we're on top of it. I am blonde, if anybody wanted to know. It took me a minute.
Hey, I just circled around in Toon Lagoon for about 3 minutes looking for a store, so it's all right.
I keep forgetting we're in Universal, so that would be Hollywood, and you stalk celebrities in Hollywood. So, yeah, it just doesn't look that bad as heavy of traffic. So this is perfect.
Yeah, and especially back here with Velocicoaster, this is usually a pretty crowded area of the park, so it's really nice to be able to walk through here without too much traffic. And then, like I said, the weather is not too bad. It's nice and cool. So yeah, it's definitely a different experience if you were to walk through here in July versus right now.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of Velocicoaster, let's take a peek here. Oh. So, I mean, you can tell how smooth it is. But I was, 10 feet from the track there, and it was almost silent going by.
That is crazy.
And right across from the Velocicoaster, we have the entrance to the Raptor Encounter, where you can still go and meet Blue.
Now that's the one that jumps out at you, right? He's like,
yes.
Okay, we have to do that too because it's a fear. So we'll have to do that.
Yeah, that's a very fun, unique meet and greet. Let's hang out here just a second. You can see this launch here for the Velocicoaster that goes up into that top hat.
Of course, you're hearing my cuckoo clock at the moment.
It's nice. It's a good balance with Velocicoaster.
Right.
Here they go.
Oh, see, I can watch you do that, but it'd be Troy that would be going on there with you. I couldn't.
That's fine. I mean, roller coasters are not for everyone. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially those. I know the rails won't save you, but I'm old school where they used to have railings for such things, and somehow I thought that was gonna be my lifesaver.
I got distracted by Velocicoaster, and I think I passed by our next Scarecrow stop. So I'm going to turn around a little bit here because we got to go back to Dino Store, which I believe is the gift shop for Jurassic Park River Adventure. And again, here is a look at the 7 locations here. Dino Store being the next one. Here's the entrance to Jurassic Park River Adventure. Velocicoaster is the new attraction here in Jurassic Park, but River Adventure is still a very fun attraction. 5-minute wait right now, not bad at all. Oh, I was wrong. This is Jurassic Outfitter. So Dino Store is up ahead, so I did not need to turn back. So let's circle back around.
Good.
It's funny, you come here so often and you think you know the parks, and then you got to find the names of stores and you're just completely lost. But like I was saying, Jurassic Park River Adventure is a fantastic ride. It's a nice little boat ride through Jurassic Park, seeing some of the dinosaurs. And then, of course, things don't exactly go as planned. If you are okay with drops, it's a fantastic attraction that you should definitely check out, especially if you're a fan of Jurassic Park.
Now, I think I could do that.
I would think, just based on some of the other attractions that I know you can do, I would say you can definitely do River Adventure.
Oh, we froze up again, Mike. Can you hear me? I know the audience can hear me. I hope. We'll hopefully have Mike back here in just a quick second, everyone. Well, he's restarting, everyone. So let's see if he comes back. Otherwise, we might have to do a hard restart. And I hope that you'll all be able to come back on live with us. I think he just ran into a bad Wi-Fi spot, unfortunately. Usually we don't have this much trouble at Universal with the Wi-Fi, but they did have storms last night, so that could be part of the issue. I'm just texted Mike, so waiting to hear back. I know Tigger doesn't really go with the situation, but I can't change the avatar. That's the one he picked out for me because I'm bouncing all over the place. So let's see. Hopefully we'll hear back here in a second. Because I haven't heard back from him, it could be that we're going to have to do another hard start. But thanks for continuing to hang on with us. So how many of you here have been to Universal Studios specifically for Halloween Horror Nights? I've heard so much about it, and Mike took us through last year, and from the screen I felt like I could do it, but I'm really wondering, can I handle it when I'm there? And it's definitely something that I want to do because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone says they have a lot of fun doing it, but I'm also a big chicken too. So there might be something wrong with his phone. Let's see. So it's an annual trip. Well, that's great, Rob. Yay, we're back. Yes. I held on to the audience as long as I could.
I appreciate that, Shannon. Thank you. I don't know what's happening here today, but we do usually, I should mention, we do have issues sometimes heading through Jurassic Park. So unfortunately, we just lost service in there. But we're back, and things seem to be working in Hogsmeade. But I'm going to get a little bit further away from Jurassic Park here, and hopefully
Well, I
things
think
hold
it's
up.
the dinosaur's fault. Now it's magical. Just saying. It could be
Yes,
it.
exactly. That's what it is. Well, there's no technology like this in Jurassic time, so that makes sense that it's not supported there.
You've
It's all
got it
theming.
right. Yes, it is all about theming. You're right. Absolutely.
So, I didn't get to show you guys the Jurassic scarecrow like I wanted to, but what I'll do is I'll go through and take a picture of it, and I'll post that on our Facebook after we're done here.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
No problem. I want to make sure people see that one because it is really cool. So, our next location is called Shop of Wonders, and I don't know where that is. That is number 11 on here.
No way. You know everything about this place.
Well, as we've learned now, I don't know the names of stores somehow, but we're going to find it. I believe it is in Lost Continent. I think the last two locations are both in there. Because the last one's Treasures of Poseidon, so that one I had an idea of where to find.
I was not a fan of that particular attraction. I didn't realize it was a walkthrough.
Yeah, it's definitely not the most popular. I will say I love it. It's cheesy, and it's a nostalgia thing for me because it was one of the it was here for one of my first visit to Islands of Adventure. So
Okay.
that was fun. So before I continue on to that, I do want to show you guys here. We have the All Hallows Eve boutique, and actually I think this is the Shop of Wonders. This is our location here. And this is a temporary Halloween store here that is not normally here. And here you go. There's your scarecrow stock. And here's your scarecrow. And I believe this is the one we saw.
That one's freaky.
Yeah. I believe this is the one we saw the animator drawing over in that Toon Shop before.
Right.
And I would go in and show you guys the All Hallows Eve boutique, but I'm pretty sure I would lose service going back in there. So we're going to stay outside.
And they would just have Shannon.
We have King Julian out here.
Nice.
Having a little dance party.
Kelly wants to know what candies they are giving out.
So the only one that I've gotten so far has been Nerds, but I think it's a variety based on the location you go to.
Okay.
I want to point out here they do have a bypass that they have opened up with a special bridge that takes you right over to Velocicoaster.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
So from here in Lost Continent, you can cross right over into Jurassic Park, and that allows you to bypass Hogsmeade and the Wizarding World, because that does get to be probably the most crowded area of the park. So if you're trying to avoid those attractions, you don't have to deal with the crowd that way.
And then Kelly is wondering, do you pay $10 per person?
Yes. Yeah, it would be, because I only got one map and one bag and all that. So it would be $10 per person, yes. Although, I mean, if you're fine just getting the one piece of candy and the one chocolate bar, you don't have to pay, like if there's more people in your group, you just get one for everybody.
There you go. That works.
So I found Treasures of Poseidon. This is our last location here in Islands of Adventure. And here is the Scarecrow.
I like that one too. Very cool.
He's got his little trident.
Looks like an octopus by his hand.
Oh, yeah. And then his name is Tour Guide Taylor, which is the name of the tour guide in the Poseidon's Adventure, the actual attraction.
Rob wants to know if Poseidon is still down for refurb.
Yes, it is. We will take a walk by the entrance over here, and it's actually behind walls, as you can see right around this corner here.
You are so welcome, Kelly, anytime.
And you can see them actually spraying the facade of Poseidon over here. Not sure what the plan is for this attraction, but I hope we see it reopen. Like I said, it's not the most popular attraction, but I loved it, and I know a lot of hardcore Universal fans loved it. So we'll have to see what happens with that attraction.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It'll probably stay, and I think Rob just said the same thing. If they're touching it up, they're not closing it.
Right. I'm not sure if they're making any changes within the attraction. There have been some elements that have been kind of touch and go, and sometimes you'll go through and things aren't working, and it's disappointing, but hopefully they get everything up and running.
Well, like everything with time, it just
Right.
wears down a little bit.
So yeah, that was the Scarecrow stock. That was the last location for that. And like I said, I'll post a picture of the Jurassic Park one when we are done here, so you can go back and check that out. But otherwise, we're just going to take a walk through, finish our lap around Islands of Adventure here. So if you guys have any questions about Universal Orlando Resort, or specifically Islands of Adventure, please let us know.
Now, Dr. Seuss roller coaster, I could do that.
Kind of generous calling it a roller coaster. But
it's high up.
The Seuss High in the Sky trolley that doesn't seem to be running right now. At least maybe it's just the timing, but I don't see it going by.
Yeah, I think we saw one tail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if I remember right, dining in this location was kind of cool. Some of the things that they had available.
Yeah, so they have we have the Moose Juice stand over here, and then up ahead there is Circus McGurkus, the sort of quick service option over here.
I think that's where we ate at, was the circus place.
Okay. Like I said earlier, my go-to in this park has been Dagwood, or Blondie's, the home of the Dagwood sandwich. And yeah, actually 5-minute wait for Dr. Seuss, or the High in the Sky Seuss trolley. 5 minutes is great.
Not a problem at all.
We have some characters out here. Looks like we've got Thing 1 and Thing 2. We got the Grinch, and we have Sam's friend.
I'm telling you, I hope you guys are having a fantastic vacation. It looks like everybody's having fun. That's great. We got it. If there's
Oh, and actually the carousel is actually behind Scrim right now and undergoing some refurbishments as well. Here is the Lorax. Lorax is another meet and greet character you can find over here in Seuss Landing at some points too. So it's not out right now. And a couple other attractions. Oh, I should have mentioned, this is Circus McGurkus Cafe, right over here.
Nice.
And we have a couple other attractions, One Fish, Two Fish. And The Cat in the Hat. Both of which are only a 5-minute wait right now.
And I wonder how many kids today really know what Dr. Seuss is. It's not like you see the cartoons out anymore like they did when we were younger.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because I feel like the children's books are timeless. I feel like, kids still get the Cat in the Hat and the Foot Book and things like that. But you're right, the cartoons aren't around nearly as much. Although we did just recently have a new animated Grinch movie. That was probably about 3 years ago at this point, but still, it was somewhat recently. So I'm sure kids are at least familiar with some of the characters.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you're never going to forget about the Grinch, so.
Right. I want to point out my other newer go-to dining location here in Islands of Adventure, which is Green Eggs and Ham, Tater Tots, and Who Hash. And this is basically just different types of tater tot dishes. They have pizza tots, buffalo chicken tots, green eggs and ham tots, and then brisket Philly tots. They are all fantastic. You can't go wrong.
There you go.
Oh, and then the Who Hash, which is corned beef, onions, white cheese sauce, scallions, and tater tots in a Who Hash can. So it's actually like a little souvenir can that you get with it, too.
That sounds okay.
I will say the Who Hash has been my least favorite of them, but
Yeah.
everything there is very good.
Very good.
So we have done our full lap of Universal's Islands of Adventure. I'll come back down here by the water with that great view so we can wrap things up.
Perfect.
We'll have to finish up the Scarecrow stalk in another video. Hopefully service holds up a little better. We've never had any issues over in Universal Studios. For some reason, Islands of Adventure always gives us a hard time. So not sure what the deal is there.
Crazy.
But yeah, we'll sorry, go ahead, Janet.
It looks like just such an enjoyable day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful out right now. I'm still sweating because it's Florida. So there's always, 90% humidity on the coolest day possible. But it's much more enjoyable than even just earlier this week. Like it's cooled off quite a bit. And I think the last video I did from here was with Troy, and I took some time to point out some of just like these off the beaten path kind of areas of the park. And like this is one of them. Like just being able to come all the way out here. People don't think about this because the park is really just a circle around the lagoon.
Right.
But there's all these other paths that allow you to go different ways and get to, I wouldn't say quiet areas because we have a giant speaker. And then the Hulk is roaring right over our heads. But, you can get away from the crowds here.
But people just bypass it.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're on a mission to get to the next stop. And you need to stop and smell the roses, everybody.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Absolutely. And I mean, you get great spots for photos down here. You can get, whatever your favorite part of this park is, that can be your backdrop, your photo over here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one of my favorite things about this park is just these other paths.
Well, to me, anytime you're around water, and water's my thing, it's just enjoyable. It's relaxing.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, let me go ahead and put our email or our website up there. So if you're interested in booking your next Universal Orlando resort vacation, you can head over to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. And we have plenty of other videos from Universal Orlando. You can check them out on our YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow. I don't think in that order. I think I mixed them up there, but you get the idea.
Right.
And you can find all sorts of fun videos. You can go back. Like I said, we have a bunch of recent videos from Universal Studios Florida, especially Halloween Horror Nights related. So check those out if you're interested. If you're like Shannon and you're 100% planning your next Halloween Horror Nights trip, you can check that out to help you out there.
I am doing that. I promise. It will
All
happen.
right. Looking forward to that, and we'll have to do a video while you're
Oh yeah,
you
it'll
know.
be it'll be a funny one for sure.
Also on our YouTube channel, you can find some other content aside from all these live videos. We also have hotel room tours. We have some food related videos. You can check those out there. Just search D2 Travel on YouTube. You can find us that way. Same with Twitter as well. And on Instagram as well. You can find a lot of other content there.
Yeah. And now TikTok. We're just beginning with that. But I'm finding that is an addicting social media platform.
Very much so. Yes, it absolutely is. So yeah, you'll be able to find some content on there soon as well. And of course, keep an eye out for our next video next week. I'd say I'm not sure where we're going to be just yet, but there's a pretty big anniversary coming up next week. So there's probably something, something planned out for that. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll have some more fun next week. And like I said, you can always check back for our old videos as well on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. Shannon, you got anything else before we wrap up for today?
No, I just want to thank everybody for joining us this morning here at Islands of Adventure to stalk the scarecrows with Mike and myself. And again, we've got more videos and lives coming, so stay tuned. It's just going to get more exciting.
Yeah, next week's going to be fun. Keep an eye out for that for sure. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye everybody.